What's up, YouTube? I'm making this video because I just got through watching a video. It was a Fox News video, and it was the show Hannity and Combs. For those who don't know, Hannity and Combs is a show where you have this one conservative white guy and you have this one liberal white guy, and they basically play good guy, bad guy against whoever their guest is, and they basically have controversial issues. And mainly the controversial issues have something to do with race, the black and white race. In this particular show, they invited a guest from who represented the new Black Panther Party, and it was asking him some questions based on a statement made by a black college professor who taught in North Carolina. This black college professor was in, I believe, New Orleans at the time, and was basically like in some sort of forum that they were having, some sort of Katrina forum. You know how, and I think it was like basically held in the city hall of New Orleans. And they were discussing different topics, but somehow it got around, when it got around to him, the topic involved the problem that black people were having. The problem that black people have is that black people need to exterminate white people. And that created an uproar, you know. And you actually had a few people in the audience there. There wasn't that many, but you had a few people clapping. And this is all being recorded. Now, the reason why I'm making the video is because first of all, I think that was a foolish statement to make. I can understand some black people having their views, or you they're having their opinions as to how they feel about white people, and a lot of them feel that way because of police brutality or some racism that they see perpetuating against our people, or they may see perpetuated against themselves. Me personally, I don't look at a race for the personal problems that I'm having, or I'm not blaming the problems that we as a people have on white people. I'm not going to put the blame on white people, even though we have been enslaved as a people. And I'm not going to espouse to the view that we as a people should exterminate white people. I think that's ignorant. I think that anyone who says that is an idiot, and I just think it's foolish. And this guy's a professor, but that's his opinion, and that's how he feels. You get the guy who's representing the new Black Panther Party, and Hannity and Cohn brought the guy on there to get his view, to see what he thought about that statement. Now, from a strategic point of view, if you have the idea of waging any type of war or doing any type of strike, if that's how you really feel or what you really believe, that would be a foolish statement to make in public, that you want to exterminate your enemy. Second of all, disregarding the fact that it's an ignorant statement, if you want to call yourself a representative of the new Black Panther Party and not realize that it would be ignorant to get on national TV or to say in public that you want to exterminate white people, if you want to present yourself in that form and they ask you the question, how do you feel about that? If those are really your views, why not say that's how you feel? That was your opportunity to tell Hannity and Cohn that's how you feel. But no, you want to beat around the bush and make yourself look like an idiot, and start bringing up stuff like Sean Bell, or the police shooting what's the guy's name in New York, 50 times, and you want to bring up incidents of police brutality, and you want to compare what they do to, as far as an extermination of what Hitler did. Now, I know there's police shooting, and I know there's people who feel that black people are being exterminated by the police. But the reality of it is that we are exterminating ourselves on a far more larger scale than the police could ever do, through selling of drugs, gang wars and activity. Go to any major city, Washington, D.C., Detroit, Chicago, New York City, Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, here where I am, Bridgeport, Connecticut, Flint, Michigan, Gary, Indiana. Black people are killing each other at an alarming rate. We're exterminating ourselves, and then we want to turn around and blame this stuff on a white person. We want to join the new Black Panther Party. The professor, I don't know what he represents. He probably represents some African nationalist, Egyptology, whatever group that is down for black empowerment. But you can tell that these people are just rebels without a cause, because a real rebel would not get on television or get in the public forum and make themselves look like an idiot like that. And that's basically what I want to say. It just pisses me off, because they don't realize that Hannity and Combe, what they do when they get a hot issue like that, they get an ignorant person on stage, or to come and represent the opposing view, and they get one who they know that they control, and who they know that they can make look like an idiot on television. And then the argument superficially is between Hannity and Combe and their guests, but in reality they're controlling the masses of the people, and the argument becomes, what they're doing is inflaming the emotions of white people and black people, and the argument is between the masses of the whites and the black watching this stupid show. And most people can't see it. And it's the same with Bill O'Reilly when he has an imposing issue and he gets a guest on there that, and I'm not saying that these people are idiots, but some of the people that they have on there don't understand or don't realize when they're being manipulated. They're being manipulated, and the argument just looks like it's between Hannity and Combe and the guests, but the argument is the masses of the people who are being manipulated, and their emotions are being controlled, and their emotions are being inflamed. But in this particular case, the guy who represented himself as a member of the new Black Panther Party, I think he said he was a leader, he made himself look like an idiot. And the professor from North Carolina, his statement was foolish. And one of the reasons why I said the Black Panther guy made himself look like an idiot, he started talking about, oh, this man is a professor of 2 colleges and his wife is a top psychologist. You need to ask yourself, why does this professor feel this way? If it was me, I would have simply said, because the professor is stone plumb out of his goddamn mind.